Eezan, great to have you on this podcast.
Thank you, Jonathan. It's great to be here. We're excited. We're looking forward to talking to you today.
Fantastic. Now, Eezan, we last met at FHS Saudi, where we had a fantastic event, and I know you did as well. But listen, tell me a little bit about the Maldives Fund Management Corporation and how it's evolved. I believe it was commenced in 2019, but give us a little bit of background here.
Thank you. Yeah. So we were incorporated end of 2019, primarily to be government's main fund and investment manager, highly specialized towards creating funds to bring hospitality investments to the Maldives. Obviously, COVID came quite early. I mean, right after we were incorporated, so we did spend a lot of time working in other different sectors and working with the government on COVID recovery. But we soon kicked off mid-2021, and during that time, we had a lot of internal discussions on how best we can use the company's expertise on what we can do in terms of bringing other types of investment as well. So I think we've sort of become now a fund manager and an asset manager as well, a strategic asset manager for the government. So we've been given strategic hospitality assets to develop and bring investment and bring these projects to the market. So.
Great. So you're all about facilitating FDI investment into the country.
Yeah. So
developing.
Yeah, definitely. So
developing the tourism economy in the Maldives. So just give us a bit of background then on the Maldives itself and your, the overall picture and what you're trying to do within that.
So, I mean, obviously Maldives is well known throughout the world. I think our industry has flourished. We've done a great job. Everyone in the industry, from the general managers to anyone who's cleaning the beaches or to the government or any other stakeholder, has done an excellent job over the years. We've won world's leading destination 2 times, I think 3 times running at WTM. But we want to continue growing, continue innovating, continue to be a premier destination. In that regard, we've recently finished our 5th tourism master plan. Development goals for the next 5 years. I think the main priority for this master plan, the main target, is to continue giving this excellence in terms of service, in terms of pristine, the product we provide in terms of our nature, our beaches, our water, but at the same time bringing substantial benefit to the people who are working, to the communities and the businesses who are involved in the different sectors in the tourism. So continue what we're doing, but at the same time trying to see how we can diversify and innovate the existing product.
Interesting. So tell us a little bit. I know there's a real focus here on the integrated tourism project. So give us a little bit of
a little bit of this
and the impact that this is going to have.
Yeah, I mean, so we've celebrated 50 years of tourism at 2022, which was a great milestone for us. What we're well known throughout the world is as a one island, one resort product where it's highly luxury, highly premium. At the same time, different governments have focused a lot on, accessing tourism to the local communities. So there's a lot of guest house investment, small properties in local islands. I think integrated tourism came about after COVID, when government entities came together to discuss how best we can diversify our tourism product. Integrated tourism has the opportunity to bring different products of tourism together. I think it sort of built up from these initial meetings, and then quickly the Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Economics started drafting bills and then made some significant amendments to our tourism law to allow integrated tourism to be incorporated into the sector. So whether it be a private investor, they could build an integrated tourism zone with multiple hotels, or a government could come in and build the infrastructure as well. So that's how it started. I think it's probably 2021.
Right. And you were talking about one resort, one island. Give us a little bit of background here, because I know you've got a lot of luxury brands that are coming into the market at the moment.
So I think the concept, we probably were the first destination to come up with the one island, one resort concept, which is quite interesting and unique. A little bit of background would be when we first became independent in 1965, we asked the UN on what sectors does the Maldives need to invest in, what should we do, and then a lot of feedback came in terms of fishing or boat building. I think tourism was not a feasible model back then, but I think we're a bit of a stubborn people, and we thought tourism is something that we can really do. I think it kicked off back then, and then the first resort was built in 1972, and then the rest is history, right? It's been a long 50 years. We've had the first international brands come in late 80s, and during the mid 90s we've had Hilton, Banyan Tree, and everyone properties of Echo and Marriott coming in. And now I think in development there's Rosewood, Mandarin Oriental, and all the ultra luxury properties coming to the Maldives right now.
It's I must say it's hugely successful what you've done and how you've managed to bring these brands into the Maldives. But certainly it has a wonderful international reputation as a fabulous place to go on holidays. So congratulations on everything you're doing for the country in terms of your tourism. It's absolutely fantastic. And now with this new initiative as well, where you, the government, can get involved and invest in projects. So tell us a little bit can you tell us at this moment about your project, some of the projects you're working on at the moment through the fund?
So MFMC had the privilege of working with the government during the amendment to the tourism law. So it was decided that government would also step in and invest itself into the integrated tourism model. So we were given that privilege, being the exclusive state company, to take this forward. So in that regard, we were given a highly valuable asset in the south of Maldives. It's called Addu Atoll. Addu is a magnificent atoll with a lot of history. It used to be under British protection. There's an old RAF base and an old RAF airport, a lot of culture and history there. And it's also the second biggest population center in the Maldives. So the asset is, the island is connected to the local community. It gives a lot of exposure. I think it's going to be a unique, one-of-a-kind project. So we were privileged to work in the immediate beginning of the introduction of integrated tourism, and also being given this exclusivity to go ahead. At the same time, I'd like to highlight that in addition to being in first integrated tourism resort in the Maldives, we're also introducing for the first time in Maldivian history where there's opportunity for investment in real estate. So we're going to introduce a residency by investment in real estate model at the project. So where we'll have about 80 apartments and 17 beach houses for a long-term investment and lease ownership model, which is exciting.
So would this be the first sort of branded residential project in the
Correct.
Maldives?
Yes. Yeah. So, going back to FHS Saudi was, I think, the first time we've started talking to the industry about it, and we received some great feedback.
That's interesting. So I'm not too sure you're aware, but we've got the Branded Residential Forum taking place at FHS World on the 2nd of October. So make sure you attend that. So we're bringing in all the brands and investors and operators who are growing in that space. In terms of a brand, has that something you've decided yet on this project?
So going back to Saudi FHS again, it was a great event for us. We were so happy that we got invited by the bench. We made great contacts. We've been in touch with a lot of different operators, and I don't want to say too much right now, but since we're going to have a good presence at FHS World, hopefully we might be in a position to do some good announcements. So definitely a lot of interest for operators for our Addu project.
Okay, that's great. I'm sure there is. And in terms of licensing, alcohol license, no doubt that you have an alcohol license for that project, because I know in the case of the guest houses, that's not the case.
Yeah, I think what makes this project unique is it bridges the gap between the two different products that we have existing in the Maldives. So the One Island, One Resort resorts that are operating with all the major brands. At the same time, the local guest house is operated by a lot of locals and local brands. So Han Kede gives that opportunity where it's a integrated zone with alcohol license, but connected to the entire local community. So it gives options for operators to come in, international operators to operate some of the bigger hotels. At the same time, it gives the opportunity for local brands that's been growing in the different local islands to come in and operate some of the smaller boutique hotels at the project. So it's a one of a kind, unique, it's project that we have. Yeah, definitely.
Interesting. And so that's the one project that you're going to be showcasing at FHS World. What other projects are you looking at? Or are you developing that you can also announce at FHS World?
Yeah, so we currently have another lagoon closer to the capital called Gafaru. We intend to build another unique project there where we reclaim 16 islands, 2 ultra luxury resorts, and then 14 private islands. So these will be as well part of the residency by investment in real estate, where each island is one real estate, targeting to the high net worth individuals who can, let's say, buy a slice of paradise on earth, right? So hopefully offering a one-of-a-kind investment opportunity at ultimate trophy asset. It's fully sustainable. We had Foster & Partners London to do a vision master plan for us. It's all the UN SDGs, full net zero. It is quite exciting. So we've been working on the master plan for a year now. It's completely finished, and I think it'll be the first time during FHS World that we actually introduce it to the entire industry.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. I'm looking forward to learning more about that particular project.
And the second one we have, we've been tasked by the government to build a safari harbor for the local. So our third main tourism product is the safaris, or liverboards we call them, where, there ranges from 5 rooms to 15-room boats where people cruise at it in the Maldives, or surfing and diving. So due to the congestion in the capital Male area, we've been asked by the government to develop a lagoon into a safari harbor. We've now made the concept into an integrated tourism project where we have a safari safe harbor as well. At the same time, city hotel on another island in the lagoon. And we've been talking to industry on the yachting side, and we see a significant potential for us to do a super yacht marina. We have all the big, well-known boats like the Flying Fox, the Nord, all the luxury super yachts come to the Maldives every year, and due to lack of infrastructure being catered offshore. So having a super yacht marina and a yacht club seems like a very good opportunity for us. So it's a project that we have, and that we've been working on a master plan that we hope to showcase at FHS World as well.
Okay. So these 3 projects you'll be showcasing at FHS World, what is it? Who is it you're looking to meet there?
So I'll stick to the local name for our south. It's called Han Kede. So for Han Kede, since it's 100%, the asset is 100% owned by us, we're looking for operators to come in and operate. So in Han Kede, it's a 1,000 key property. It's a 1,000 key investment. It has 14 different hotels. So it has 250 keys, 275 and 10 smaller 35 key, along with another 80 apartments and 17 beach houses. So for Han Kede, we're looking for operators to come in and operate and manage all of our properties. At the same time, we're looking for branded resis and other real estate agents to come in and help us sell. We're also looking for F&B partners, which we've met during FHS Saudi as well. We're very, very interested in operating the 15 plus F&B outlets scattered throughout the zone. So for all the other projects, we're very interested in investors to come in as joint venture. I think us being a government entity, it's a perfect opportunity for anyone to come join hands with the government and go ahead with these high investments, but good yields, good rewards for anyone that can come in. So definitely investment.
You mentioned earlier about ESG, sustainability, and everything else, and we all know that the Maldives certainly is ranks very highly when it comes to this. I was speaking to Sano Shivadansi actually in the past week, and and of course he has certainly taken a lead on this as well. What is it you're doing to drive this agenda in terms of ESG?
I think we can look at it at two different points. Overall, as a government, we highly prioritize any investment to stick to full sustainable practices, and our development guidelines are quite strict, which obviously makes the investment a little higher. But then again, what we're selling at the end of the day is our natural beauty. So we want to ensure that any investment that comes in protects our natural beauty in terms of the water, the sand, and the beaches at full. So all the resorts adhere to best practices in terms of development as well as operations. So a lot of guidelines in terms of waste management, and also in terms of energy management as well. So we've seen over the years a lot of investors have now changed their energy requirement, like from normal diesel generators to solar, which has made a good impact on their resorts. So for us, what we set out when we first started planning our projects was our Han Kede project is fully LEED certified in terms of design. So we're gonna be fully sustainable. We've also incorporated the possibility to do PV on all the roofing in all the buildings. So we're sticking to what we've been doing over the last few years in terms of being sustainable, but at the same time, we want to try innovate and try to do net zero as possible. Probably our Gafaru project could be the first 100% net zero tourism project in the Maldives. So continue to do what we've been doing, and continue to do what the industry's been doing over the years, and try to innovate as well.
That's very good. And what about communities and working with the community on these developments?
I'd say for conventional one island, one resort community, the relationship with community could be a little disconnected since each island is separate from the local communities. But there are resorts that are in closer proximity to the local islands who have very good relationships with a lot of the locals in those islands working at the resorts. What's really cool for us for our project is we're directly connected to the local islands. So I think in terms of people working on the resort, it'll be a one of a kind opportunity where they can actually work from home, which is not that's people been able to do previously. So community empowerment, definitely a lot of resorts encourage schools to come in, see the resorts, try to get. Workforce is something that we focus a lot on. So a lot of our education is based towards obviously tourism in the different sectors of tourism. So a lot of involvement with the communities for sure.
That's great, Eezan. Just looking ahead over the next 5 to 10 years, where do you see this fund going, and how is it going to be? How are you going to develop it?
So definitely for us to be able to get Han Kede project up and running in the next 2 years, to have a fully operational integrated zone. At the same time, having our private island project and the safari up and running. We also want to focus on our fund size of the company as well. So we've begun work in establishing a fund in DIFC so that the structure is there for foreign investors to come in and invest with us. We've been given extra assets over this year, which we're developing into more unique tourism projects, which we want to announce for the first time at FHS World. So we'll keep it tight-lipped for now, and do a revealing at FHS World. So 5 years, hoping to have physical existing tourism products in the market, and then continue to develop new projects in the Maldives.
Okay, and just give us an idea on the different types of investment models.
So existing, like I said, through the fund, it'll be as it's a normal fund operation. So we'll do a tourism fund where investors can invest in the fund and then get their returns. Conventionally, we're primarily focused in equity or joint venture partnerships, and government is ready to obviously pump in our equity part as well. going forward. At the same time, we are open for debt financing as well. Tourism is highly lucrative. We have the highest return on investment in the hospitality sector. One of the highest revenue per rooms. So I think it'll probably be a no-brainer for any investor to come in and invest in the hospitality sector in the Maldives. So coming with us would give them that benefit of having the government with them, so giving them that security.
Okay, that's very clear. Eezan, the question I always ask my guests is, how do you see the future of hospitality
in the Maldives?
In the Maldives,
I think we've come to a point where we were 1.89 million visitors last year, where we're definitely going to go past 2 million this year. What many people may not know is how reliant we are on tourism. Directly, we're 30% GDP. Tourism has 30% GDP impact, but unofficially, when we put it all together, tourism contributes to more than 70% of our economy. It brings in 85% of our foreign receipts. So we're so reliant on it. The only way forward is for us to keep what we're doing with the One Island, One Resort, nurture it, keep it a premium product, but at the same time, try to open Maldives to everyone, to be more accessible, more inclusive. Let the backpackers come to the south, to Han Kede, stay in a boutique hotel, take their bikes out to the different islands, see the nature parks, the mangroves, go to the cultural museum. All, conventional holidaymakers come to the One Resort, One Island, no news, no shoes sort of holiday where they're completely relaxed, disconnect from the world. We want to be in a position where we're open to every kind of traveler.
Well, Eezan, you make it sound very attractive. Embarrassingly, I have to say that I haven't been to the Maldives, but all my kids have. So I very much look forward to visiting, but of course seeing you very soon, end of September, early October at FHS World, and to see these projects, these fabulous projects showcased in your pavilion. So Eezan, thank you so much for joining us. Fascinating what you're doing, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. It's great talking to you today, just giving a quick summarized highlight of what we're doing, and we hope to make a big splash during FHS World.
Fabulous. Thanks so much, Eezan.
Thank you.